Well, I seem to have a dog on my lap, but God is dog spelled backwards, so let's give it a try. This is Sunday, September 29th. Standing Against Oppression takes many forms. The gospel today is from Mark, chapters 9, 38 to 50. John said to him, "Teacher, we saw someone casting out demons in your name, and we tried to stop him, because he was not following us." But Jesus said, "Do not stop him, for no one who does a deed of power in my name will be able soon afterward to speak evil of me. Whoever is not against us is for us. For I truly tell you, whoever gives you a cup of water to drink because you bear the name of Christ will by no means lose the reward. If any of you put a stumbling block before one of these little ones who believe in me, it would be better for you if a great millstone were hung around your neck and you were thrown into the sea. If your hand causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to enter the life maimed than to have two hands and to go to hell, to the unquenchable fire. And if your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life lame than to have 2 feet and to be thrown into hell. And if your eye causes you to stumble, tear it out. It is better for you to enter the kingdom of God with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and to be thrown into hell, where their worm never dies and the fire is never quenched. For everyone will be salted with fire. Salt is good, but if salt has lost its saltiness, how can you season it? Have salt in yourselves and be at peace with one another." This passage from the Gospel of Mark is actually one of my favorites, as strange as some of it sounds. It reminds me that we need not look at people's mouths at what they say, but it is meaningless unless we can see that our deeds follow through to bring it about. I often tell people that I'm a Christian heretic, a Christian agnostic. For me, it means that I no longer adhere to strict orthodoxy, such as a compulsory creed, a firm belief in the resurrection. I do leave it open for my being surprised to find out if there is a heaven and that I am there, but not because of the words of my mouth, but by my daily actions. I try to live with a message and example as my code of daily belief, leaving heaven and hell to the hereafter to take care of itself in the sweet by and by. All I can do is to help hasten the kingdom on earth today, which is my daily task. I think this is where Jesus admonished his disciples. They truly believed that he was the only one who could perform healing acts, and that therefore others who did not believe in him as a teacher were to be avoided and condemned. Yet his kingdom was for anyone and everyone who manifested every day in acts of mercy and kindness, and yes, even physical healings. We cannot wait for the sweet by and by to do these acts of mercy and justice. We cannot just be onlookers to the daily battle being waged today and just nod or send thoughts and prayers when we see something that is harmful, deceitful, or downright evil. In the last few weeks, virtually all of us have heard about the evil brought upon the town of Springfield, Ohio. Both Trump and his Veep prospect, J.D. Vance, told the world without any substantiation at all that the Haitian immigrants in that burgeoning town had been catching and eating cats and dogs. Even when confronted with actual facts, that proved the exact opposite. But they continued to use it, knowing full well the damages their lies were causing in this town and all of its inhabitants. Here is a more in-depth description of what happened when they continued to spread their vicious and racist lies. Why Springfield is something we've been hearing a lot lately. Springfield is now home to thousands of Haitians. The presidential debate thrust into the small city into the national spotlight, prompting even more people to wonder how a Haitian community has taken root there and why. There's no official tally. The city's population has grown about 25% over the past 3 years, in part due to the arrival of Haitian immigrants. Between 12,000 and 15,000 immigrants are living in Clark County, which includes Springfield. according to estimates on the city's website. Cheryl's chasing the dog right now. Of that group, an estimated 10,000 to 12,000 are Haitian immigrants who have chosen to live in Springfield due to its low cost of living and available work. No government entity is responsible for the influx of Haitians into Clark County. This is not part of a federal resettlement program. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine said businesses in the area are grateful to have the help of a growing labor force. These Haitians came in to work for these companies, he told ABC a week ago. What the companies tell us is that they are very good workers. They're very happy to have them there, and frankly, that's helped the economy. In recent years, the number of Haitians in the U.S. who've been given permission to work here legally has grown. In January 2023, the Biden administration announced Haitians would be among a new group of nationalities eligible for program. Officials hope that would create more lawful pathways into the U.S. and decrease pressure at the border. Under the program, applicants are vetted and must have a sponsor in the United States. Approved participants are granted travel authorization and permission, known as parole, that allows them to enter the United States legally. More than 210,000 Haitians have been paroled into the U.S. through the program. The Department of Home Security officials have credited the program with decreasing illegal border crossings, but it's also drawn criticism and legal challenges from Republican Attorney General, who've argued that the program itself is illegal. The Biden administration also expanded deportation protections for Haitians in the country earlier this year. Estimated that about 300,000 people would be newly eligible for temporary and protected status under the designation. Last week's baseless comments from former President Donald Trump and President Fallon during the presidential debate, accusing migrants in Springfield of eating pets, drew national attention to the city. The claims have been widely discredited, but the spread of misinformation has tapped into real concerns from locals about the city's growing pains. People living in the area told CNN, but they see the Haitian immigrants as a positive influence. Then comes J.D. Vance, the Ohio governor, by the way, with his baseless and terribly harmful lie that Haitians are stealing and eating people's pets. Don't worry, dog, he's not coming to Iowa. Refusing to recant, Vance stated that it was not up to him to stop spreading lies, but it was the responsibility of the press to find out if it was true. What an egregious lack of morals and ethics. These false and totally unsubstantiated claims by both Trump and Vance have led to bomb threats, the mayor having to claim emergency powers to keep the citizens of the town safe. No one was eating anyone's pets. To date, more than 30 bomb threats have been made against schools, government buildings, and city officials' homes during the last week, forcing evacuations and closures. Springfield also canceled its annual celebration of diversity, arts, and culture in response to the threats. And last Tuesday, state police were deployed to city schools. Yeah, but what would one single person do in the face of possible threats to their community and to support the Haitians who are legally there and an essential part of the workforce? Here are some examples of how the city responded kindly and powerfully when their beloved neighbors were attacked. Residents are now flocking to the Haitian restaurants in Springfield amidst false rumors about their cuisine, of all things. I wonder if they were thinking dogs might be on it or, cats for dessert. Ohio residents are flocking to Springfield's Rose Goutte Creole, a Haitian restaurant, to show solidarity and support. The eatery's boom in business comes after former President Donald Trump and President Fallon and his running mate for the forthcoming presidential election, J.D. Vance, spread unfounded rumors early this month that immigrants had been eating local pets in the Ohio town. At the St. Vincent de Paul Society Community Center in Springfield, Ohio, Haitian immigrants refuse food and clothes and get help finding work. They're here and they're our responsibility, said Casey Rollins, who runs the community center. Rollins tells CBS News that the supplies are an open armed welcome for asylum seekers fleeing violence and starvation from countries in collapse. Rollins said the migrants won't work, adding that some of them work 3 jobs. They never stopped working. Republican Ohio Governor Mike DeWine announced Wednesday that in the effort to deal with the surge of migrants in Springfield, he is deploying Ohio State Highway Patrol troopers to patrol Springfield's road, as well as providing $2.5 million in health care funding. These Haitians came in here to work because there were jobs, and they filled a lot of jobs, he told you at CBS News in an interview Wednesday. And if you talk to employers, they've done a very, very good job, and they work very, very hard. Then on September 24th, less than a week ago, the leader of a Haitian nonprofit community group filed criminal charges against former President Donald Trump and his running mate over false claims that they had made about Haitian immigrants eating local pets in Springfield, Ohio. Guerline Joseph, a co-founder and the executive director of the Haitian Bridge Alliance, filed the charges on behalf of the group. Over the last 2 weeks, both Trump and Vance led an effort to vilify and threaten the Haitian community in Springfield, Joseph wrote. Together, they spread and amplified the debunked claim that Haitian immigrants in Springfield are eating cats, dogs, and wildlife. The group's attorney, Subdad Chandra, cited inaction from a prosecuting attorney and asserting Joseph's right to file the charges as a private citizen. Ohio law allows private citizens to file affidavits charging people with crimes. However, the law requires hearings to take place before the affidavits can move forward. As of Tuesday afternoon, none had been scheduled. Trump and Vance were charged with disrupting public services, making false claims, complicity, telecommunications harassment, and aggravated menacing in the filing, which asked Clark County Municipal Court to find that there's probable cause and to issue warrants for Trump's and Vance's arrests. You may not have considered responding to this particular hateful attack on Haitians who are legal residents, but I bet you will come across something today that might offend you, anger you, and hopefully call you into action, even from your kitchen table with the magic of the internet. When I found this short video on the internet, I quickly downloaded it to my homilies file for future use. I think the time is now. The little Joy is trying very, very hard to jump back into his mother's pouch. He didn't mean to stay out long, but he kept growing, and her pouch didn't. Yet he was still not willing to accept that he could no longer find a safe and snug place inside to hide when the world became too scary. Do not try to act like that, little Joy. It was time for him to stand up on his own, and he just needed a little push to find his own place in the very, very big world. So please be like him. Stand up and believe in the future that you and he can both look forward to. A world you want yourselves and your children and grandchildren who can live with it in unity and love. Jump to it.